What is the hero? Good question.
Yeah.
But maybe we should ask ourselves first,
Mm.
what is a villain?
Mm. Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
According to you, what would be a villain?
Well, what would be the aura of a villain, right?
Let
So
us say, yeah.
maybe the aura of a villain is somebody who hurts people, or
Okay.
he hurts somebody without a reason, or
Okay.
maybe more than the person deserves, But a villain would actually be somebody who is just thinking about what he wants and just getting it, you know?
Okay. But now let us apply it to some films. Maybe you know James Bond, for example.
Yes.
The villain,
Mm.
he always wants to conquer the world, for himself.
Mm.
That's the stereotypical villain,
Mm.
conquering the world, destruction, and
Power who
everything.
wants power, and
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
complete control.
Exactly. But
Mm.
then when you will watch, for those who already watched Avengers,
Mm.
you will see that Thanos actually doesn't want to conquer the world. He
Mm. Oh,
wants
he
to
doesn't want
save
to.
it. No, he wants to save
Ah,
the world.
okay. Interesting. But he does so by killing people, right? He hurts people.
Well, now I'll play with our word killing. He doesn't kill people.
Oh,
He snaps and then they all disappear. That's it, without hurting them.
but they still go away, right? He still, so
They go, but we don't know where they go. You know?
maybe they go into another world. I mean, do you know?
Could be. The multiverse could be.
I want to share something. It
Yeah,
actually
go.
reminds me of this debate, I guess you can say, or discussion. So this aura of a villain, that you're
Yeah,
right, there is a really strong um, presence of the idea that the villain wants to conquer, and he
yeah,
wants you to obey him,
yeah.
and therefore, because he has these two things, and he is very powerful. I mean, the villain is always very powerful, undefeatable. So if
Hmm.
somebody has these three things, like he's powerful, he wants you to obey, and and he wants to conquer, like
Yeah.
he's villain, he's bad. And that's
Okay.
that's an aura that has been there in media. And then there's also the aura of the hero. Now that I think of it, is always, even if that hero is one person, Batman, or if it's like everybody together,
Yeah.
they somehow always defeat the villain, no matter how
Yeah.
weak or fragile they are. So they come together, and they defeat the powerful
Exactly.
conquering villain. Yeah, so that's how I think, that's what got translated into people today about
Hmm.
God.
Yeah,
So
could be.
the God is seen with that aura. He's all powerful. He doesn't
Uh-huh.
want to control you. He already does, right? I mean, that's what we believe. And what was the third one?
Conquer.
He wants you to obey him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because he has these three aura things of a villain, so like people are just, maybe that's why postmodernism led to a rise in atheism. I'm not sure, but there is a debate on this idea that this exists, that
Hmm.
people see God like this because of movies like
Yeah.
these, and although there are much other qualities in God that make him
Yeah.
more positive rather than a villain, but people are only fixated on that aura, and that aura is pretty clear. I mean, that aura doesn't have any blurriness, so which makes people hesitant, and it makes people think that maybe we can overcome, we can
Mm.
defeat him. So these are, like, for me personally, just illusions.
Okay.
It only happens in Avengers, but so it's very interesting how, I mean, I think this applies to, like, even in this field, and even Thanos. Maybe Thanos truly was a good person. Poor Thanos.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you might say that the Avengers, they are the real villain by preventing him from saving Earth.